Hello again everyone and welcome back to The Witcher 3. We are back here in Corvo, Bianco. We are currently following our Major Domo here, having a little tour of our estate.
I occupy the green home.
That's a very green home, that is.
I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal
Oh,
treasure.
so I'm not paying it myself, that's nice.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
Hey, if I have help, I hope that they're getting the best treatment. They deserve it. If they're working on my estate, I want them to have the biggest comfort.
Baron Rossel
They're my people.
ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
I'm sure they do.
Don't look all bad now either.
So they do look very gorgeous.
Down below lies your vineyard.
Ah,
for we grow
yes.
the strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Just take my Aranare, thank you.
No one gets a wink of sleep, nor do they know what's making all the noise.
Nice, well.
I do have that.
Yes,
I do have
great
that quest, thank you,
Grand
Miss
long
Peasant.
ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine.
A well
There's
filled
a
with
tale
wine.
About a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The
Oh.
festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
That's a hell of a stroke of luck, in a sense, I guess. I'm not surprised he thought it was a miracle. Look at that view again, though. God damn.
Monsieur Bolius, his wife Nina, kept a garden.
I'm guessing we can maybe plant some
Lovely place it was.
plants here.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
Very good, very good. Nice to know that's an option. If we have any need of any alchemical ingredients, we could do that, although I believe I'm quite well off on most of the major stuff.
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
He is indeed. He looks like the most evil man in history with his just general demeanor and appearance and the glasses, but he is very romantic, isn't he?
Cheap shenanigans. I can't see a thing.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The Major Domo's like, don't you dare change the wine cellar into a stable.
I'd work up to my chin and I've caught some rot.
Bad luck, sir.
The cellars, voila.
The
During
morgue.
Monsieur Bolus's
Yes,
time,
perfect.
wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess.
Yes,
I
yes.
made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Much obliged, sir. That was definitely necessary. It would have caused quite a stench, I imagine. Would have ruined the taste of the wine, I think. Hints of cherry, plum, and
As you can see, the facade
Vampire.
is, to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it. A certain subtle southern charm.
southern
though
charm.
it could use a bit of subtle paint.
We can give it a bit of subtle paint, I'm sure. Can I have a look inside? Yeah, oh, we're going inside.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode.
Absolutely.
immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land.
We can make this
Corvo
into a dream
Bianco
home.
is a beautiful estate. One must admit, time has taken its
It
toll.
has,
If-
yeah, it's worn,
Forgive
but
me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification,
I could do
consider
that.
me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Think we do some renovating.
Mention
So,
the place
what
could
can we
stand to be
afford?
spruced
I
up.
feel this is going to be
Most
expensive.
decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Let's do some work on the house
Been
first.
thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a
Oh,
passionate
nice.
collector.
5,000? Yeah, sure.
It's
Give her a
in
good
your hands,
sprucing up.
then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest
This is
specialists
going to be
around.
pricii, but I'm hoping we can
Highly
make up the
skilled
money through
at what
quests
they
and
do.
stuff.
It shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state.
Good. I
Is
can't
there
wait.
Anything else you require, sir?
The grounds? Be nice to
Got
improve
these
those as well.
spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more useful.
Oh, yes, we certainly should. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table.
Of course, yes,
A
I
good
do always
way to
like those
start
things.
off, don't you think?
Yeah. Armor
My
repair
armor needs
table.
work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompelli once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yaruga. I will contact him at once.
Do I get that for free? No, 1,000
Good.
gold. Okay.
Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir.
So I've cost
I expect it
6,000 at
will
one
take
point. I think I
most
had about
1 day to
70.
arrive.
So I've got plenty of money,
Will you
but...
be needing anything else, sir?
Grindstone?
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
Are you sure about that? Order a grindstone.
Then
Yeah.
send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow.
I
Will you
do
be needing
enjoy
anything
grinding.
else, sir?
Big fan of grinding. Okay, we'll discuss this
You know
later.
what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you
We'll
something else.
deal with
I shall
everything
be
else a bit
glad to
later.
answer your every question, sir.
What else have we got? So long for now. We can
Thanks.
come back if need be.
Gotta get back to my business now.
So we've got the
See you
house and
soon.
yeah, we've got the house, the armorer's table, and the grindstone. That works. That works well. There is a book. Oh my god! Experience game bonus supplied. Oh wow! So we actually have all of our books here. Wow, wow, wow! And we get experience game bonus from it as well. And we can we can hang paintings up as well. We can place trophies. Oh wow! So much possibility. You're waiting for your bed to be replaced. You can't use it now. Charming. It's still a bed. You can still use it. God, honestly. So I'm guessing there's plenty of, yeah, there's loads of places for like weapons and armors and stuff. Okay, well if we get weapons and armor, let's try and remember to sort of bring them here rather than selling them. Well, we do need the money though, to be fair, so that's also an option. Yeah, we've got 64,000 now, so we still got plenty money. That's fine. Right. What do we want to do now? We should probably go and see Guillaume, shouldn't we? He's at the tourney ground, so we might as well. I did kind of say that I was going to go and see him after I dealt with the Shelmar, and kind of haven't yet. He's probably been getting patched up for a while now because he got banged up. He got banged up bad by that Shelmar. But I'm sure he'll be fine. She'll be okay. Just needs a bit of few plasters and whatnot. It'll be okay. Okay, Guillaume.
Richard, I have a matter of prime urgency and import.
Prime.
I must speak to you.
Prime urgency. Hello, Guillaume. How can I help?
Your wound. Feeling better?
It's healing splendidly, though I am to avoid trouble for some time. To be frank, that is precisely why I wish to speak with you.
Okay.
Want me to stand in for you? Take on some trouble on your behalf?
That could very well be the case. You see, there is a maiden, nay, a lady. I suspect someone's cast an ill spell upon her. A curse, perhaps.
Oh? But I can guess the symptoms.
She suddenly grew cold, haughty, and distant, though the night before she was flirtatious and alluring.
Tut tut, Witcher. You jest, yet the matter is grave. Though true, the lady in question is dear to my heart. I shall not deny it.
Fair enough.
I fear she has fallen victim to ill magic, and knows no one she could turn to for help.
Well, I suppose I can try and help. Your hair is incredible, by the way. Okay, what makes you think she's cursed?
What makes you think she might be cursed?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg you. I would never dare to be so indiscreet normally, yet I'm troubled about her, for her.
Okay.
Vivienne shuns the company of others.
It's Vivienne,
Though the
okay, as we
fairest maid at
expected.
court, she keeps men at a distance. I thus determined I would resort to trickery.
Trickery? That even befitting of a knight?
In war, yes.
Yeah, you better
And
be
what is
careful,
love if not
Guillaume.
battle? As it were, one evening I crouched in hiding outside her seamstress's home. As Vivienne emerged from it, I too emerged, ever so gently but convincingly collided with her, then promptly offered to escort her home. She
Okay.
consented. At first, all augured well. I proposed a more scenic route. She agreed. I made kindly forays into conversation, and she even began to respond as we neared the end of our route.
Then suddenly,
mid-speech, from her mouth there flew a most hideous shriek. I stopped stone cold in my tracks while she turned red, then promptly ran off. I did not give chase that time.
Oh.
I attempted to approach her on several ensuing occasions, to learn what had happened, for I feared she had become entangled in some trouble. I noted that often, come night, she ventures into the woods, where I've seen her walk about a glade near a pool. I've striven on occasion to follow her, but lost track each time. It seemed then she'd melted into the air.
That's strange. Not seeing anything else unusual?
notice any other strange behavior? Additional
So we'd
symptoms?
shrieking just mid-walk and then
Vivian's
running
avoided
off.
me wholly since the first encounter. But folk gossip.
What about?
They say she's secretive, that no one ever sees her after dusk, that she's wont to suddenly disappear.
Nothing unusual about any of that. Sound you heard. She might have just had a sore throat.
Had I thought it possible the sound was natural, I never would have taken up your precious time.
Okay, anything else you can tell me about her?
Tell me more about Vivienne. Who is she? What's her story?
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting, her father a knight. That is all I've learnt, for the Duchessa grows angry when asked about her. Vivienne spends her days within the palace walls. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year. Thus, each participant will be granted an audience with her.
Got a problem then. See, I'm not a participant.
Are you
I've
wanting me
devised
to
a solution
participate?
already. You shall take my place in the lists and thus gain the chance to speak to her. I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much so. Yet for Vivienne, I am prepared to sacrifice anything.
He is head over heels, isn't he? Right, tell me more about this tourney first.
This tourney, how's it work exactly?
It is the year's grandest and most important contest. Knights from all corners come to face off for the grand prize, and more importantly, for glory. A demanding test of knightly prowess in horsemanship, marksmanship, and fencing. I qualified for the first time. with Great
Fencing?
hopes of winning.
That's
Yet
an unusual
I get it.
Witcher trait.
Anything for Vivienne.
Right, okay, let's talk about my reward
Hardly
first,
a
please.
regular job, this. Not often I gotta take part in a tourney to fulfill a contract. Fee can't be anything ordinary either.
I am no magnet to command heaps of coin, but naturally I shall award you a just amount. How much do you demand?
I mean, this guy should be able to be fucking really negotiate with if he's that head over heels. How about we try 620?
I have comrades I can ask. They would surely lend me coin, yet even that would not...
Okay, how about 610?
I have comrades I can ask.
Okay, 600?
I have comrades I can ask.
Okay, 590?
I have comrades I can...
580?
I have comrades I can...
Dude, 565.
I have comrades
Jesus Christ. He's getting annoyed now. 540.
Agreed.
Oh,
That is an...
that was close. You got me curious. Let's do this. That's a weirdly placed bird, but
I'll look
okay.
into it. Gotta admit, piqued my curiosity.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure you are not eliminated from the tourney before you can meet Vivienne.
How far do you have to
Meaning?
get?
Could you show me how you shoot, ride, and fight, perchance? And you must learn the tourney rules, know how to apply them in practice. I did not mean to suggest I doubt your abilities. Everyone must train, even a witcher.
Fair
Besides,
enough.
the tourney contests must surely differ, require skills you don't usually apply, races above all.
I can
The choice is
race.
yours.
I'm an
Where shall we
experienced
start?
racer, as long as I can block off everyone else. Tiger practice?
Marksmanship.
Yeah.
Feel I need to do some shooting.
Follow
Come
Guillaume
with
to
me.
the shooting range. Guillaume the loft now. One
The
foul again.
marksmanship
Tabris.
contest shall pit you against another for the best
The
time
warble
and
of a
score.
smitten knight.
He who hits all his targets first wins.
Hope my aim's as good as that Cupid's who shot you.
Sometimes when
Hey,
you speak, I miss the meaning entirely.
come on, that's obvious. I love this man, Barnabas de Basil Faulty. Barnabas Basil Faulty, the major domo of Corvo Bianco, was a gentleman's gentleman if there's ever been one. His whole life he had served distinguished nobles, the Niebly family, for example, and more Rompley for another, for he would never tolerate an employer detracted from his personal dignity. Since Barnabas Basil remembered the times of Monsieur Boleus and Baron Rossel, he was a wellspring of anecdotes about the vineyard's past. He knew every corner and every secret of Corvo Bianco, an excellent administrator. He offered a wealth of good advice concerning the modernisation and management of the estate. Geralt could not have hoped for better help. One could even say that by entrusting Corvo Bianco to the hands of that marvellous Major Domo, Anna Henrietta had given the Witcher the most beautiful present he'd ever received, for a home without someone capable to care for it is no home at all. Well said. Vivienne de Tabris. Vivienne de Tabris was Anna Henrietta's lady-in-waiting. She was a tight-lipped, secretive, inaccessible person, but her beauty fascinated men. Geralt saw proof of this when he took a contract from Guillaume, who was in love with her, and suspected she might be afflicted by a curse. In order to get an audience with her, Geralt had to take part in the night's tourney, where Vivienne was acting as the patroness. The idea that she could just be, you know, just not interested is a possibility, but the shrieking is really weird. Not gonna lie. Right, let's, Guillaume. The matter turned out, as is matters want in Toussaint, to be an affair of the heart. Guillaume was tormented by unrequited love for the Duchess's lady-in-waiting, Vivienne de Tabris. He suspected her frigidness and distance must be the result of some malicious curse. Geralt, a professional curse breaker, naturally took the contract. To get a chance at an audience with Lady Vivienne, he had to take the wounded Guillaume's place in the night's tourney. We can do that. But I think we shall practice and do our other tourney-related training in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you all have enjoyed. If you have, then please do like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I shall catch you all in the next episode of The Witcher 3. Have a beautiful day, guys. Bye-bye.